Dynamic design for everyday life. Hi, I'm John Walter, and today we're going to be talking about dynamic design for your classroom, student media program, and everyday life. This was actually a stock slide in the template that I choose, and it is so relevant because it says, here you have a list of items and some text, but remember not to overload your slides with content. Your audience will listen to you or read the content, but they won't do both. And this is so relevant because the concept they're actually referring to is metacognitive load, our brain's ability to process information, and sometimes there's simply too much. Specifically, empirical results show that learners often have trouble learning from multiple external representations. That means reading text, numbers, figures, diagrams, pictures, and the speech of the speaker. It's just simply too much for our brain to process, much like a slide like this that utilizes a hard-to-read font, multiple overlapping photos, and a busy background. Woof. So how do we design better? Think about your type and font choices. Even in Google Slides, there's a whole bunch of different fonts that you can choose from. We don't necessarily need to use them all. You should think about less is more. A boring font can also become exciting if you play with it a little. Stick to just a few so that you can find font choices that really complement each other, such as this sleek and slender script with a nice bold font choice. 2, think about the verbal visual connection. How are the words that you're putting on the slide paired with a photo to help the brain process? Hot ketchup. We have the verbal connection just in the advertisement, but when paired with the photo, it helps our brain process and understand just how hot that ketchup might be if it sears a French fry. We try and emphasize the same in the world of student media, with headlines like this, showing their true colors. Colors is emphasized, and it helps establish the verbal visual connection to the picture on the left where students are painted up in their school colors. And consider how your content is going to appear on the web. Space Jam is my favorite movie, and this website from 1996 is still live on the internet. It utilizes hypermedia and hypertext plus a blurry background and simply hasn't aged well for the internet era we live in now. Consider websites that have nice clean backgrounds, an easy to use navigation menu, and dynamic photos that help establish the verbal visual connection as people scroll your website. Additionally, you should think about the way that your content is going to be viewed on the web. Do the websites and apps you use have responsive themes that will change if somebody views it on their mobile device, or is it going to appear as it would on the web? Additionally, you should think about how your content appears on social media. Social justice advocates have recently started using design trends and elements in their Instagram carousel slideshows because they've found that the Instagram algorithm favors content that utilizes design elements. So think about how can you apply these kinds of design elements to the content you create to help create better messages. So for dynamic design, think about your type and font choices. Think about establishing a verbal visual connection and consider how it's going to appear on the web. Thanks, keep it simple, and happy designing.